What's up, and welcome to Lunchtime in the Lab, your number one gambling podcast for quick picks. I'm your host, as always. Thanks so much for watching. We are back on a Saturday, and I'm looking at 648 subscribers. So if you are watching for the first time today and you have not hit that subscribe button for me yet, I could hit 650 in this live video today, this live show today. If you could help me out, that would be fantastic. Get my notes pulled up here, and we will get going. Also make sure you like it. Let's see. At the top of the show here, I had me and Ty and myself did a UFL kind of gambling podcast. Talked about some of the things we liked from the new season, the new league here, and gave out a parlay at the end. So you can find that on my YouTube channel. Or if you follow me on Twitter, I streamed it live to there as well. But obviously, it's better if you just watch it on YouTube. But check that out afterwards. The game started at 12, so in 30 minutes, we kind of had a parlay on that. I don't really have it pulled up, or I'd show you guys. First game starts at 12 though, so I mean theoretically, yeah, like you'll probably miss it because of this if you didn't see it, but you can get in on the late games, and then there's games on Sunday, too. There's 2 games a day and 2 games on Sunday. I do have a play on one of the games today. I just remembered. I want to get in here real fast. I feel like I had something else to tell you guys. I don't really remember what it is. All right, but here we go. I'm gonna pull my comments up. Let's see. Got that. All right, well, we'll go ahead and get going. Before we get into plays, though, as always, take a look back, see what we did yesterday. Today's Saturday, the 6th. I can't remember if I said that or not yet. Yesterday, we had the Cubs and Dodgers over 7.5 runs. I cashed in the 3rd inning, I think it was. Real early cash, at least. They ended up scoring, I think, like 18 runs, maybe 16 runs in that one. We doubled it up. I know that's for sure. Robbie, I just got a notification. I got a subscriber. Appreciate you, Robbie. Phillies over 2.5 first 5. That one cashed as well, I believe, 2nd inning. So we have 2 really great reads there. Unfortunately, the Rays over the 3.5 first 5. They just could not hit. They ended up striking out 9 times in the first 5. They had 5 batters on in the first 2 innings, and they just couldn't get it done. Unfortunately, super frustrating one there. I felt like, and what's so annoying, I even tweeted it too, like the Cubs and the Dodgers, had the bad wind and all, the park factors and everything was saying that it wasn't going to be good for runs, and they score 16 runs or whatever they finished at. And then you look at this Colorado game, the Rays and the Rockies, and you wish it had, all these home runs and stuff. And, McMahon hit a home run, a walk-off grand slam at the end, after that pitcher he just shit the bed, just walked the bases loaded. Speaking of bad pitching, like Strider yesterday, he looked terrible too. They got Max Fried on the mound today, who looked horrendous to start it out, So honestly, weird day of baseball. So I got a football play, and we got two baseball plays in here. But if you're in the Discord, I'm still looking for something I absolutely love. I do certainly like these plays here. Today feels like a player prop type day instead of taking like sides or totals or anything, as we have some pretty decent pitching on both sides. There's no like really big advantages, at least nothing that I have found yet. I did a lot of running around before the show here, messed with that UFL show we had as well. So, wasn't able to go through like absolutely like every ounce, like, I maybe would have. But here we go. Let's get going here. Let's see. We'll do the weather here real quick, like we have been. I gotta pull this off, I think. Where's it at? This, and then do this, and then you guys can see it a little better, maybe, if it's like this, hopefully. This is on Swish, though, again. I mean, just to really just show you in the middle, most importantly, it's no chances of rain or any issues like that in terms of delays or rainouts, which will hurt us. If you're taking like a starting pitcher and he pitches the first 4 or 5 innings and they end up going into a delay, 9 times out of 10, your pitcher's not coming back. It's just not good for their arm. So it's kind of nice to know if there's like rain out chances or anything like that. Once again, I don't know how small these numbers are for you. I should probably go back and rewatch it to really see if you guys can even see this stuff or not, But on the far, or leave me a comment, I guess, if you're watching, if it is something you can read or not. We got 20-mile-an-hour wind at White Sox and KC, 16 in Minnesota, 14 in Washington, the Nationals game, 13 in LA. Then you got just barely double digits down the line there, and nothing crazy, but it continues to be you do have wind blowing out, and the Tigers big time in at the Twins, big time in Nationals, out in and Pirates. It's blowing in Cubs and Dodgers, blowing out to right field and Reds, blowing out to left center. Well, it's a dome, so it doesn't really matter. Yankees got the short porch on the right. It's blowing out to there, so on and so forth. Just swish analytics. White Sox 20-mile-an-hour winds. In KC there, blowing out slightly. Braves Diamondbacks. I don't know what to make of that Braves and Diamondbacks game. I knew to be kind of nervous about it yesterday, and I still went Braves money line. And hey, like it worked. Obviously, like I cashed that bet, but like Fried, like he struggled, to start. Wasn't like overly strong. And then like Bailey Fad or whatever. I don't know how to say his name for sure. Benji got another sub there. That should hit me at the 650. I appreciate you two guys, and anybody else that maybe I didn't get a notification. Sometimes the notifications come in like really slow. But appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys. Oh yeah. I'm up to 656. So like 8 of you guys hit the sub, but I only got the text come in like kind of slow or whatever, but appreciate all you guys. But all right, yeah. Anyhow, beer money picks, 25% off all caps lunchtime. If you're interested in getting those VIP type plays, I'm up now, I think 10 units on the month of April so far. We had a 2.98 or 83 or something like that, 2.8 something yesterday. Positive day up. If it's not 10, I'm sitting at 9, and I'm getting pretty dang close here. I'm hoping this month I'll hit my 300th unit as a professional handicapper here. The Discord, I'm sorry, the podcast here is up, in the 20 some units. We haven't been able to break 30 yet, but we've been doing pretty good there, obviously, too. So pretty excited to do that. Hoping to maybe do some sort of giveaway or something like that once I do get to that, so we can, get going. So, but here we go. We'll get into the plays here. Let's see, Matthew, how can I see your picks? If you're talking about the beer money, there's a link at the bottom of the description here. It says monthly, bi-weekly. You hit there. There's different, cost plans on it. And then all caps lunchtime. Actually, all caps home run has 30% off, which is a good deal. If you're not interested in that, we got 3 plays here every single day at 11:30. We just got to get to talking about them here. So first play, this graphic here is, from last year, like they're playing each other, but we're actually going to do a little bit of a parlay here. This is a live Joe Betts jort special builder type deal. We're going to go with the Battlehawks money line, which is today. It's the 8 p.m. game today in the UFL. Battlehawks money line. And tomorrow, the DC Defenders money line. Put that together. It's going to come out to plus 105. Let me pull it up here. I don't remember. The Defenders play at 4 p.m. tomorrow. So we got an 8 p.m. game for the Battlehawks tonight. The Defenders at a 4 p.m. tomorrow at 4. Put those money lines together. You got a minus 230, minus 230. We're going to get plus 105 on that bad boy. Definitely going to be a lot more information if you watch that other video, like I said, on my YouTube channel where me and Ty broke down these games. Both of these games, we talked about it. But if I was a fan of one of these teams in this new league, I would say it would probably be the Battlehawks. Big AJ McCarron fan. Always liked the guy. Shoot, I guess I don't mind the color blue either. But, AJ last year, dude was slinging it. Dude looking fantastic. This first game, they were a run first. They're running first down, running second down, and put them in a long third and long. Guy was getting sacked. They were able to pin their ears back and get after him. A lot of QB pressures and everything like that. It wasn't until the last 4 or 5 minutes of the game where he just started letting it rip, kind of went air raid offense a little bit. And they have preseason rankings. I mean, they have the top 2 wide receivers, arguably the best 3 wide receivers in the league. So throw the dang ball, and you could tell he was getting frustrated. But when the clutch time came, I mean, he was putting balls in perfect windows, and he was looking fantastic. And I just have to think that they're going to come out throwing the ball more, this game. Especially going against the Renegades, who had a pretty decent defense but really have had no offense. And the Battlehawks home environment, like they actually truly pack in a stadium. Some of these games, unfortunately, you watch them and there's nobody watching, guys. Like there's nobody hardly in the stands. They're kicking that field goal. There's nobody even on that side of the field. But at the Battlehawk Stadium, like these guys are showing up. Like this stadium is packed in. It's loud. They in fact are opening up like upper decks, so it's not just like the lower ring. Like they're getting up into the 200s instead of the hundreds, or 300s instead of 200s, however you want to say it. True home environment. That means it's going to be super loud. It's going to be super hard to play in for the Renegades. So I think they get the win there, really easily. And then talking about the defenders here real quick. Defenders just had some really bad breaks. I will say their kicker looked great. He went 4 for 4 with field goals. They were able to move the ball, obviously. Unfortunately, they just weren't able to score. And I guess I say that too with a little asterisk on it, because they were able to score. They just had stupid penalties that kept Jordan Teamu was the MVP of the league last year. Really good quarterback, mobile guy. He moves the ball around, slings the ball really well. Threw for 216 yards, if I'm not mistaken. Just kind of off the top of my head from what we were talking about last night, and then for the recording that went out today. Good guy. I mean, I seen him. He hit a nice 30-yard touchdown to his tight end. Got called back because of holding. He had another really nice long pass, got called back for some sort of holding, I think, too. So on paper, he didn't throw any touchdowns, but in the game, he threw 2 that got called back. And I mean, that could have been the difference maker there. They were a fantastic team. They did lose their running back during their preseason, their camp or whatever that they had. So obviously that hurts, pretty well there. But yeah, so first play is going to be Battlehawks money line, DC Defenders money line, plus 105. Let me see actually what it is right now, because I feel like that's not. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, still plus 105. So plus 105 on those 2 money lines together. Like I said, the Battlehawks play at 8 p.m. tonight. Those are on Fox or CBS. You'll be able to watch it on TV just like normal. And then 4 o'clock on Sunday, we're gonna be doing those 2 guys, those 2 teams. Really excited watching football today. We got the Memphis Showboats starting at 12. If you're in the Discord, Ty has a play out for it. Love it. I think it's going to be a great game. Both these teams played really well. So we got some football here in actually 18 minutes. I can't believe it. So looking excited to watch some football here in a second. Second play, I'll tell you what, guys, I was a little lazy too. Not lazy, like I said. I don't even know if I said, we went to Sam's Club this morning. My wife's like, do you want to go now or do you want to go after breakfast? And it's like, well, if we go after breakfast, I'm not going to have time to put my show together. So got home, tried to eat real fast. And I didn't throw it together, but got some good information, but I don't have as many graphics and everything. Second play is going to be the Royals first 5 team total over 2.5. We talked about it. It's not on FanDuel. This is a DraftKings, Fanatics, I think, somewhere else. Every time I say I give this bet out, I say I need to look up who has it, and I forget. But we got to fade the bad pitchers. I think I said it earlier today. Not loving the slate. I'm looking at a ton of MLB games on, but there's not a lot of crooked numbers or anything like that. I like to, you kind of pick and choose your spots. Right now, you got a lot of decent. Looking at the right away at 1 o'clock, we got Tigers and the A's, and you're like, oh, Tigers win that game. But Blackburn, pitched lights out in his first game. 7 innings, no earned runs, hardly any hits. Maeda or whatever, dude's got like a 21 ERA or something. He got killed the first game. So we trusted him to come out. I don't know. Feels like a spot we don't want to mess with. You got Ryan versus Crosco going. You got the Cards and the Marlins playing. Like, those teams are both terrible. So there's a few spots in here, but you got some good pitchers on good pitchers, and we got sucky weather again. So weird day, but anyhow, talking about trying to find our spots. Chris Flexen, sucked his first outing, and we're going to keep going after this. And I say it all the time. A new addition, a mental note for us here. We are going to go after Kyle Hendricks. The next time Kyle Hendricks pitches for the Cubs, we got to, depending on who he's going against, we got to think about taking that first 5. He got tore up by the Dodgers early. In his first start, he got tore up by whoever he played. I can't remember who it was, but he got tore up against his first start. So he's had 2 starts so far, and he's been giving up a lot of runs. So we gotta, get after that and everything. So the Cards are not a good baseball team. Don't be upset about that. They're better than the White Sox, but they're not a premier, like, oh, I got to make sure I bet on them against a bad team type team. But let's see. In Flexen's first outing, while I know it was against the Braves, he got rocked. The Braves don't have the same, the Braves don't have the same bats as the Royals do. Obviously, they're not as explosive. He gave up 6 hits, 4 runs on just 4 innings pitched, so that would have got after it. Um, so let's interrupt this for a second. The White Sox beat the Braves, but that's their only run. So like I'm not, like but we can go back and forth. I can tell you may be a fan, but any given Sunday kind of thing. I wouldn't put them up there as a top 5 team. That's for dang sure. But anyway, they're not facing. He's not facing the Braves. He's facing the Royals. But this is still the AL Central. It's still like a divisional type game. You're still going to have a lot of hits. The Royals did just score 2 yesterday, but they put up 10. 2 games ago against the White Sox. So they definitely have that. They have that capability, although unfortunately it was like 8 in 1 inning in like the 7th, so that first 5 wouldn't have catch there. But it's going after Flex and it's attacking him again. He got torn up the first time around. I think he could get torn up here. Velazquez, who has been like real hot for the Royals so far. He has faced Flexen a couple times, 3 times, I think. He has 2 hits and a home run against them. Salvador Perez has a home run against them. And, the White Sox just aren't good in general. If Flexen gets in trouble, I mean, they'll probably leave him because, I mean, what do they really have at this point? I mean, this season realistically feels like it's over already. But, if they get into him, they get into the bullpen. The bullpen's certainly not good either. It's just going to take a couple walks and a big swing to get us there. Asking for 3 runs in 5 innings certainly isn't very much, in my opinion. Let's see. And yeah, so I guess I thought I had another note on here, but that's really it for it. It's just going to be, there's just some guys that you see them, they see that they're pitching and it's like, we're going to fade them. And I know, the Royals aren't an explosive bat. I'd love it to be, a bigger team like the Braves or the Dodgers or something like that. But we would maybe be sitting at a 3.5 instead of a 2.5. And the Royals certainly can put it up in bunches like we've seen them do it just recently, So I feel pretty okay doing, going after, looking at -120 on DraftKings for it. So second play is going to be the Royals. First 5 team total over 2.5. And lastly, well, before we get into the last one, and then like as always, like I say this as a White Sox fan. I got a White Sox hat sitting next to me here. I know what we got. Before we get into third play, as usual, if you haven't hit the like button for me, make sure you do that. Please hit that like button for me. Please hit let's see, I'm sitting at 14 likes on 36 watching. So as somebody said famously, it's free to hit the like button. It's free to hit that subscribe button. You guys have definitely hit the subscribe for me. 657. So that's awesome. Picked up 9, I think. 9, if I'm not mistaken. I forget where we were at. We were too short. So I think about 9. Anyway, third play. Where's my button here? Third play. That's a little stretch looking. Oh, well. Like I said, I didn't have time. I actually, like, I thought I made a slide with like the graph, from what I normally look at or whatever. Got another subscriber there. Appreciate you. I can't. Oh, Bayou, Mr. Bayou Cat. Appreciate you. Corey Seager over 1.5 total bases, -120 on DraftKings. Had a little better value than it did on FanDuel. FanDuel was sitting at like -130, I think. Honestly, I didn't hunt around. Like I said, like a hair rush this morning. I didn't get to look at like Bet365 or anything like that on it. But I liked Corey Seager today for sure. So I wanted to make sure I played him. Total bases, the hit run RBI was too juiced. So I'm okay with the total bases. He's over this in 3 of 6 games so far this year. So nothing crazy. I mean, but he's hitting at a 50% clip. And I mean, realistically, that's what a straight bet is. It's going to hit or it's not. Essentially, essentially a 50-50 bet. But he's facing a right-handed pitcher going against JP France. Seager last year did have a higher batting average against righties than he did lefties, as is normal. He's a left-handed batter going against a right-handed pitcher. That's just kind of how it works. Seager did have a higher batting average, like I said. He has faced JP France 5 times. He's had 3 hits and 2 home runs with just 1 strikeout. So that's, I mean, he can kind of get into it where the dude's striking out a bit, or, he's catching a lot of walks or something like that. But he swings the bat, makes good hard contact. In fact, he feels like he's probably due for a home run here soon too. But 2 home runs against them, 3 hits on him. He's batting whatever that percentage is, but I mean, he's batting really well against them, has a really good history against them. Against the Astros in general, he's over this in 4 of his last 5 games against the Astros, regardless of like where he's, what field they're on. And then against the Astros at home at the Ranger Stadium there, he is over in 3 straight games against the Astros. Obviously different pitching, different everything like that, but it's nice to kind of know that people have these streaks. Like I was on Yohan Moncada the other day for the White Sox, who's like minus 150 to get a hit, put them with the money line or whoever they were playing against. I think it was the Royals, to be honest. Got a hit in the first inning. He hit every single game last year against the Royals. I don't know what he done, last night or not, but he was on a heck of a streak against the Royals. So it's like, hey, let's get after it. Sometimes, that's beneficial to know as well. And then speaking of at home, he's over this in 2 of his last 3. The one miss that he had just a single. I believe I bet on him in the Discord for total bases. Actually, now that I think about it, in that, the first 4 or 5 days we had where I went like 15-1 or 15-2 or something like that. Corey Seager was the one or the 2. He was the one loss that I had in that day where I had swept like almost every day. I think we went 3-1 yesterday or 4-1 or something like that. So we've been doing pretty good in baseball. That is my last screen though. I don't have a recap screen. I didn't have time to do it. I spending more time making the thumbnail for the video here than I did to have the recap screen. So I'll just go through and read it. But now's the time. I still got 40 people watching here. If you have any particular questions, I don't want to spend too much time on it. Sit around for 10 or 15 minutes like we have been. If there's a quick, what do you think about this game or something like that I didn't already mention, I mean, we can certainly talk about it, but I haven't had time to go through every single game, so I might not have an answer for you, and I'll tell you the truth if that's the case. But if you made it this far and you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do that, please. If you like the video, like the video. But to recap today, football, Battlehawks, money line, that's tonight at 8 p.m. And then the DC Defenders at 4 p.m. tomorrow. So it's going to be a 2-day bet. And I will make sure tomorrow I, remind ourselves like, hey, don't forget, we are still riding that bet because I'm assuming the Battlehawks are going to win today. Second play is going to be Royals first 5 team total over 2.5, fading Chris Flexen. Just some pitchers, we're just going to do it just because they're playing, regardless who they're going against or the weather or anything like that. Third play, Corey Seager over 1.5 total bases. Good history against JP France. He's got a lefty versus righty matchup, and he has hit well against the Astros in general. So let's run it for him to hopefully just get us a double, go yard, whatever it is. I will plan on having a home run parlay. I had started to make one, and I don't remember, like, it was 4 legs, I think, because they had like Judge on there, but and he's kind of juiced, kind of like Rowdy Tellez today, and that goes along. Taco, with what you got here. Pirates game over. Yeah, man. That's one of the first bets in my for possible like Discord bets. I don't know if you're in there or not. If you watch this on here, that may be a VIP type play. Bailey Falter and Tyler Wells both had some troubles. Both had a 3 or 4 earned run in their first 4 or 5 innings. I don't even think they even made it that far. They both got hit hard, and you have both the Pirates been smashing the ball. Orioles have some big bats in there. I do really think I like that, and it's at 8.5. So it's not too bad. That is a play. That is one play that I have in the back of my head that it's like I think I plan on running. I just wanted to do a little more research on it, but I did really like that though. I did like it. I thought of something else, but I do like that over though. I don't remember what the weather's like. I think I wanted to look at that. Elijah, if you were to select 2 more people. Oh, I got you. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, for those of you in the Discord, I'm sure, mostly, I mean, some people are. I don't know if like all now 32 of you guys are in here, in the Discord or not, but I hate to run around and say to like follow me because like I have losing days, but I've certainly been winning, pretty well here. I'm up 70 units in the first 3 months or something like that. So I would probably suggest me if you asked in the Discord. I think a lot of people would probably suggest me. Sports laydown's pretty solid with his straights and his, like quote unquote hammer plays or whatever. If you like builders, Maggie does pretty good with those builders as well. So looking for like some safer type plays instead of like parlays and stuff, it would be me, Maggie, and Sport. And I would definitely think about Chief in there as well. But when we have football, like ties there, like it kind of just depends on what sport you want to bet on. And then, you kind of have to go from there. But sport and Chief or sport and Maggie, if you want like a true like 4-leg builder for like, plus 100, five leg builder, whatever. Like I'll do those for football, but like I'm not really hip, on an NBA for it or anything like that. And yeah, Taco, it seems like it's gonna be all right weather, so I think that's a good look that you had there for that over. But I think that's gonna be it, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and hop out of here. A little shorter than normal. We've been going about almost 40 minutes on these recently, but like I said, I still got some research I need to do. We also have football starting in about 4 minutes here. If you are interested in watching the UFL today, if you're in the Discord, Ty's got a bet out for that too. So we got some football going on here in any minute, 4 minutes here. We got some, even though I think it's a bad game, we got, baseball coming around in an hour. I got some extra research to do and some other things to do, around the house and everything like that. So I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to follow me on all social medias at Live Joe Bets. And I will see you guys back tomorrow at 11:30.